This is variation 2, day 3. This is primarily a bound day, so we'll be coming back to the bound with higher and higher intensities as we warm up. Have your athletes start in lines with no more than 6 or 7 per line. If you have more than that, just create another line with 2 cones 30 yards apart. Have your athletes walk out till they have space to lay on the ground. They'll interlace their fingers behind their neck, and then on your count, they'll all raise up, keeping their head, chest, and elbows off the ground, and hold it for 20 seconds. You'll count in your head, and you'll tell them when they're done. 3, 2, 1. At which point they'll stand up, jog out the rest of the 30-yard cone distance. Then we're gonna move into a light bound. This shouldn't have a lot of intent behind it. They're just trying to get off the ground. Bounding is essentially running where you're trying to acquire air time, that like floating feeling. Then we're gonna go to a cross back step. Most athletes know a karaoke where they alternate their foot back and forth. A cross back step just has you cross back, cross behind your body. So they're crossing over and back every step. Always face the same way when you go down and back on a lateral drill. Then we're gonna go into a forward leg swing. They're going to kick their leg up, touch their toe, and every step perform a kick for 10 to 15 yards, at which point they'll jog out the rest of the 30-yard cone. Then we're gonna go into a bound of 50% for height. This is where bounding should just be obvious, whether it's for height or it's for distance. At 50%, we'll perform it down and back, trying to get that like flight phase to your run. We're gonna move into a reverse skip. With the reverse skip, make sure your athletes stay really tall as they drive their knee upward. A lot of athletes like to break at their hips and give in to the movement. We'll perform that down and back. And then we'll move into a hip external rotation stretch. They're gonna grab their foot primarily and pull it up to their chest while staying tall. Every step, alternating legs, not walking in between the stretch, and then jogging out the rest of the drill after they hit that 15-yard mark. We're now gonna bound for 75%. This is where there should be a pop off the ground. It should start looking a little more explosive from your athletes. They'll perform it down and back. And then we'll move into a single leg pogo. This is gonna be primarily in the ankles, so their knees should stay relatively straight while they bounce off one leg and then the other while moving down. That turns into a lunge with forward reach. They're gonna lunge out as far as they can, keep their weight over their forward leg and not pushing off their back leg. When they hit the 15-yard mark, have them jog out the rest of the distance. We then move into a bound for 90%. This is where not only should there be a pop off the ground, but when you land, you should also get back up off the ground as quick as you can. Then we move into a straight leg bound. This is where you're trying to cover distance with a straight leg. Right? Athlete will bound out, smacking the ground with their foot and trying to propel themselves forward. Then you'll have your athletes walk back out till they have enough space to lay down on the ground in a side plank position with their top foot in front. They're gonna rotate through, reach behind them, and then reach up towards the ceiling 10 times, having to control their body weight with their ground shoulder, getting their chest face towards the ground, and then reaching up towards the ceiling at the top. They'll switch, do 10 times on the other side, and then we're gonna finish off with a squat stretch. Feet are flat, tip of your elbows against the tip of your knee, and then you're gonna use your hands to push your elbows away, and then bring your elbows back together. Perform 10 squat prayer stretches.